stuff. I did change my witch's hat. If you all cannot tell, this is a leather one. The one I had on yesterday was sequin, but I got on a little cute little Halloween attire as well, my little Snoopy shirt. But let me continue on with part two. So yesterday I did part one of this. Hopefully you'll see it at the end of this video. You can go back and check it out if you are new. So the Sephora VIB sale started today for Rouge, and I'm showing you all my recommendations. So yesterday we did skincare, we did fragrance, and we started on the powders. So today we're going to just finish off the rest. So I'm going to finish off the two powders I have, the setting sprays, the color correctors, the foundations and concealers, and I'll get the blush, bronzer, highlighter, and then lip products. I'm going to end with lip products because I know I'll be able to wrap up that pretty quickly. So I left off with the Natasha Denona High Glam Powder Foundation in the shade Y13. Absolutely love the shade. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color of powder foundation here. This, I had been waiting on her to come out with this for a long time. I really wanted the liquid foundation, which we finally got this year. But when this initially came out, I thought it was amazing. Now, I did tell you all in the last live that I did find a dupe for this one. So I got the dupe for this. It's similar to the Juvia's Place powder foundation. So if you've tried the Juvia's Place powder foundation, I feel like it's really similar to this one. And that one I wear the shade Burkina. I always wear the shade in Burkina when it comes to Juvia's Place products. But I do feel like this one has a little more coverage. I feel like that was a little thinner powder, and this one gives definitely more coverage. So if you want a fuller coverage powder foundation, I would definitely say go ahead with Natasha Denona, or you can go with this one size one. This is one size. It's Turn Up the Base Versatile Foundation Powder. I have the shade Dark 4G. I've talked about this in the past, but I don't talk about that many powder foundations that often, so I figured I'd go ahead and talk about it and show you all this one. So this is what it looks like. Absolutely love this powder foundation. I love any powders basically that one size make. Patrick Starr does a great job of his powder foundations, or just his powders in general. Back from the days when he had the MAC powder, I feel like he just does a really good job when it comes to them. So I definitely recommend that you try out this one. I tried to make sure I linked everything down below in the description box. So I did put the Sephora link, and then I linked a certain amount of brands because I didn't know how much it would let me put in the description box. But I definitely recommend any powders from One Size Beauty. Patrick Starr does an excellent job with powders. Then we're going to get into some setting sprays, and then I'll get into the foundation. So I have the Pat McGrath Long Wearing Blurring Setting Spray. I do love this one. I actually did a battle of this one versus the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Hers is mattifying, and this one is just a blurring one. I really like to spray this on to mesh the powder into my skin and give you that more lived-in foundation look. Hi, Jenna. It definitely does that like worn in wear look. If you like your makeup to look like it's been lived in for a little while and their skin to look blurred, kind of like mine does now, then I would definitely recommend using this. I'll spray this just to press down all the powders I put on, and then I'll spray it again to press down the rest of my makeup after I put my blush, bronzer, and highlighter on. Then I'll go in with a mattifying one because I do have oily combination skin, so just something to keep in mind. Because I have oily combination skin, I need the mattifying one. That's why I decided to try out the that's why I tried out the, what is this? The Airbrush Flawless Filter Setting Spray, the blurring matte one. Absolutely love this. I like this one a little bit better than the Pat McGrath one just because, like I said, I have oily combination skin. So this works out better for me. Now, I will say this is the one I would use in the summertime when it comes to me needing blurring. It's fall and winter now, so it's like a cooler month, and I can definitely go ahead and spray the one from who is it? I can spray the one from Pat McGrath, and it does a better job right now. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about. So now we're gonna get into some color correctors, and I'll do my foundations and concealers. I don't have that many color correctors as I don't use any. You realize you can turn off, right? I'm not the only person live right now, I don't think. Anyway. So on to the color correctors. I only have 3 color correctors now. Since I am of a darker skin tone, I can I usually use like orangish color correctors or red color correctors. Today I have on a red one, but I have these 3 from some brands at Sephora, since this is a Sephora VIB recommendation. So I have the Rare Beauty brightening one. I don't know if it's necessarily color correcting, it's more of it just for brightening, but I do really like to use this underneath the eyes. It has like a metal balm tip, so it has a unique applicator, if you will. I know some people like that and some people don't. I personally don't have too much of an issue with it. It's like I either use it or I don't. It doesn't make too much of a difference for me. I mainly like the color of this, and I like the formula of this product. I think it's really nice and lightweight underneath the eyes. It kind of reminds me of the Becca brightening one, you know, the one that was in a little pot when Becca was still a thing. I think they still sell it through Smashbox, but it's a really nice product. If you'd like a liquid version of that, then I think you would really enjoy this. Just keep in mind, they're not going to be the same consistency as, you know, this is a liquid and that's more of a cream, if you will. So I feel like that one might be a little bit thicker than the one I just showed you, but either way, I find them both to be very nice. Then I have the Natasha Denona. Shout out to my best friend Dion Loves Makeup here on YouTube. She actually gifted me this one because I was going to pick it up, but she ended up picking it up, and I think she said she didn't like it as much as she thought she was going to, so she ended up giving it up to me. The shade she gave me is C4. This is one I feel like is really good for underneath the eyes. I would probably use this one during this time of the year, though, like fall and winter, just because I am of a deeper skin tone, and, you know, the darkness under my eyes would be much darker in the summertime, I feel like, versus the wintertime. So I feel like this is a better shade for me in the wintertime. The formula on this is really nice. The consistency is really similar to the concealer. So if you've tried the Natasha Denona concealer and you like the consistency of it, I feel like you'd like the consistency of this, and it'd be a good color corrector for you. Now, I do want to try the Ulta Beauty color corrector. I have not tried those yet, and I heard they fixed the packaging on them, because originally I was going to try it. I ended up not trying it because I had other color correctors I wanted to finish up, and then I ended up finding out that the packaging on it people thought was bad. So I'm kind of glad I waited until now. And now that they have the color correcting powder, I plan on picking that up as well. Hopefully we'll have to wait and see, because I already have the pink one, so I don't want to just buy like the pink and peach one together. I was thinking about just buying the peach one separately. I hit pan on the pressed peach powder I have from Ulta Beauty already. I showed that in yesterday's live if you want to go check that out. But the last color corrector we have to talk about is the Kosas one. So what is the shade of this? This is shade Alchemy. As you can see, again, it's an orange one. So if you haven't realized, like, I have the running thing of having like orange or red color correctors, and the ones I use the most are usually like the orange ones. I rarely use red. Like I said, I have a tendency to use red in the summertime, and more like the orangey peachy-ish tones in the wintertime, because that's when my skin is obviously the lightest. But this was a really good find that I found this year that I really enjoy. I have seen dupes of this one in particular, though, too, at Five Below. So if you wanted to not spend as much coin, you can go to Five Below and see about the Kosas dupe to this color corrector. I have not personally tried it yet, though, because they just launched it in stores, I think, like last week. So I haven't tried it yet. I do plan on trying it, though, but I do really enjoy this, and I'm trying to show you stuff that I have tried from Sephora that I would definitely recommend. So this is definitely a recommendation. Okay, let's get into some foundations now. Now, some of these brands I just love. Well, wait, I haven't finished all my concealers. Some of these brands, I love their complexion products just as a whole. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of their complexion products. Whereas other brands, it's just like I like certain things from the brand. So I'll only be showing you maybe one product from that brand as opposed to a lot of things. Complexion and eyeshadow is usually the things I love the most, but I haven't really bought that much eyeshadow this year, so unfortunately I don't really have any eyeshadow recommendations for you this year like I normally would. So just a FYI, don't be looking for any eyeshadow in this video. I have none to offer. I do have a few concealers and foundations and skin tints. So I tried to put a couple of skin tints in this time because I normally don't put skin tints in. But since my skin is getting better, I usually have lots of dark spots and hyperpigmentation. So I need a fuller coverage product. But I do have two skin tints. So I'll start off with those. They are both from Fenty. So I got the Fenty Blurring Skin Tint Stick, and then just the blur itself. The thing about these is I would recommend the liquid, even though the stick is more convenient and nice, and they do have it to where you can twist the stick all the way up and completely use up the product, which I do appreciate. The issue with that is you pay the same price, but you get much more product in the liquid one as opposed to the stick. So that's why I say I recommend you get the liquid, because it's like you get, I think it's like you get 1.8 ounces in here, whereas you only get, I think it was like 0.34 or something like that in here. So it's like you're paying the same price, but you're getting much more bang for your buck when it comes to this one. So I definitely recommend this over this. But both of them look exactly the same, which is crazy, because I thought that one would, you know, might be a different tone or a different texture or something. But no, they're exactly the same somehow, even though one is stick and one is liquid. So bravo to them to getting that right. I wear the shade 20 in this, if anyone was curious, by the way. Then I have the, what is this? The Shoutout Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Stick. This is supposed to be a foundation stick. I have the shade 12.5 Tan Medium. I personally don't find this to be a foundation. I feel like it's definitely not, It doesn't give enough coverage for my personal liking. If you're one of those your skin but better people when it comes to your foundations and whatnot, I definitely think you will appreciate this. But I'm not that type of person, so I personally don't like it and I'm not a huge fan. But this is what it looks like. It's just supposed to be a nice shimmer, like glow from within. It's supposed to be like the Hollywood Flawless Filter, if you will, the liquid, but in a stick form. I honestly use this as like the Hollywood Flawless Filter. So basically like you know, you can put it on as a preemptive primer, if you will, before you put on your actual foundation, so you can have that glow from within, kind of like glow drops but in stick form. That's personally what I use it for. I don't use it as a foundation, but if you have your flawless skin and you prefer to use it as a foundation, that is usually what they recommend it for. That's just not what my personal preference is with the product. On to some other products. So when it comes to a couple of these brands, I like the foundation and concealer, so I guess I'll do those last, so that way we can kind of segue into the concealer with them. So that'll be these three. So I recommend that you get all your expensive foundations now during the sale, because that's going to be the best time, at least if you want to purchase them from Sephora, so you'll have easy returns and whatnot. I know a lot of the time I personally like to order from Sephora because it's like I don't want to have a hassle and a hard time returning something to somewhere when I can just take it in a store and know that everything will be fine. So I have the Very Valentino here. Crazy thing is, when I first tried this out, I didn't plan on trying this out. I was just like, oh, they're just another high-end brand coming out with a foundation. Who cares? Whatever. But I noticed when the high-end brands do come out with foundations, I feel like they always do a good job. Like when they come out with complexion, I feel like that's their best thing. Now, when they come out with the mediocre eyeshadows and like the expensive lipsticks and all that, I don't really like look at it too much. But I feel like they always come out with good complexion products, and Valentino was no exception. I actually really enjoyed this foundation. I wear the shade DN2 for anyone who's curious, who matches my skin type. Definitely recommend this foundation. I think it's really nice. I was not a huge fan of the concealer. I just didn't feel like it was up to par to what I like. It didn't give enough coverage for my personal liking, but the foundation is on point, 100%. 10 out of 10 recommend. I was debating on if I wanted to recommend this brand or not, just because I kind of like, you know, I don't personally buy from them anymore, but it's like I did think this was a good product, and I know just because I don't purchase from them anymore doesn't mean other people won't mind purchasing from them. So I have the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra Luxe Illuminating Skin Perfecting Foundation. I wear the shade 20 Golden for anyone who's interested. I think this is a really good foundation. I feel like this is a perfect time of year personally for me to wear this kind of foundation, because it's a Hydra Luxe Luminizing foundation, and I have oily combination skin, so luminizing to me always seems to be like more of like on the hydrating side and not necessarily for people with oily combination skin. So this is the time of year that I plan on using this foundation. If you have normal to dry skin, I feel like you can use this foundation like year round and you'll be fine. But oily combination people like me, or just oily in general, you have to wait till probably like fall and winter to use this, which would be this time now. So maybe get a sample and then see how you feel about it, since you won't be able to wear it a good majority of the year unless you live in a cold place in the Midwest like I do. I live in Chicago. So winter and fall last here much longer than the other seasons, so it was worth the investment for me to try it out with. And at the time I was buying a lot from Patrick Ta, so that's why it's in my collection. Okay, next, another expensive foundation. I'm sorry, y'all, I feel like when the Sephora sale comes along, that's when I want to recommend you to get the expensive things as opposed to just normal times of the year. So I have the Tom Ford Architecture Soft Matte Foundation. I love good Tom Ford foundation. I feel like he just does an excellent job with his foundations. Now, there is like a luminous version of this one that I feel like looks pretty similar. It just gives more hydration. So I feel like this one is made for the people like me who have oily combination skin. And then the hydrating version of this one is made for people who have obviously normal to dry skin. But this foundation looks amazing. Every single time I wear it, I get compliments, I get stares. People always tell me they love my makeup whenever I wear this foundation. So it actually works for me. I always wear the shade 10 Chestnut when it comes to Tom Ford foundation. So this is in the shade 10 Chestnut. This is easily one of my top 5 foundations that I purchased before. Okay. But on to the new one. So this is the newest one that I got this year. Well, I got this one and another one that I'll talk about in a few minutes. But I got the Makeup by Mario foundation. So this is his Surreal Natural Finish foundation. There was a hydrating one or moisturizing one he originally came out with. I liked this one a lot better than I liked his original one. So I went ahead and got this one, and I'm so glad I ended up getting this foundation because it's really, really nice. It's like that Your Skin But Better kind of blurred look, kind of like my face looks now. I do not have on this foundation though. I have on a different one, but I just think that this is a gorgeous foundation. And I have found a dupe for his original foundation he came out with. You can get it. It's from Revlon, and Revlon is having, I think, 40% off at Ulta Beauty soon. So you might want to hold out and just get the dupe, especially in the times we're in now. But I really do enjoy this one, and I have not found a dupe for this one in my collection so far. If you all want me to look into one, let me know and I will gladly do so. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this foundation and definitely recommend it. It's one of the newest ones I have tried. It was that and one other one. But yeah, so next we're going to get into the foundations and concealer combinations that I really enjoyed from brands. So we're going to start off with Natasha Denona. Now, I told you all a little bit earlier when we talked about the powder foundation that I really enjoyed the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation powder, and I was excited and waiting on this foundation. So I think I have the shade Y13. Yeah, I have the shade Y13 in this as well. So in the powder and the liquid, I wear shade Y13, and in the concealer, I buy shades Y10, and I think it's like Y12. But this shade is Y10 here. That combination together with all three of the products I showed you is chef's kiss. I'm telling y'all, like, it makes the face look so nice and flawless. Now, I know Natasha Denona is a little bit expensive, which is, again, why I said it would be best to buy it during the Sephora sale. I do have a code. Y'all, so clumsy. Hey, Janet. I do have a code with Natasha Denona, though. If you were interested in purchasing anything, it should be in the description box down below. If you want to go on her website and pick it up, because I think I saw somewhere where somebody said she had a code where you could get 30% off. So that might be a little bit better, especially if you're not Rouge at Sephora and you'll only be getting like the 10 or 15% off. Who doesn't want to get 30 instead of 10? So I would definitely recommend it. So there's that. Then we have the next foundation and concealer set. I have the Makeup Forever, the HD Undetectable Stay True Foundation and concealer to match. I have the shade 4Y60, which used to be Y503 because they changed around their numbering system when it came to their foundation. So they put the old number underneath the bottle of my bottle. And then I have the concealer in 4.0Y. So this combination has worked very nice for me. I do have their powder foundation as well. Oh, that's okay, Janet. Hey, Celia. I have their powder foundation as well. They've changed all their stuff around though, which kind of irritates me about them. That's why I don't recommend them that often, because they're constantly changing things, and it's kind of like annoying to me, to be perfectly honest. Because I'm like, every few years, have y'all noticed that Makeup Revolution? Makeup Forever is constantly changing things. I mean, I understand getting things better, but it's like, sometimes I'm like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I feel like them fixing it and constantly changing it, it's bad in some ways, but good in other ways. Because, like, they added more colors, which is why the color that I use changed to a different number, because they needed more neutral shades to the collection, which I appreciate for the people who needed those shades. But at the same time, I'm kind of just annoyed because I'm like, that means we have to relearn all the colors and all the things we need from the store over again. But I mean, it's still beneficial to other people. So I'm trying to look at like the positive of it, if you will. Next combination I have now, they do have a new concealer from LYS, so you can definitely pick up the new one as opposed to the old one, especially because the colors have changed in the new ones versus the old one. So like, for example, this is DG3, and the new one, this is, I think, TG7, and then DG3 is like one shade or two shades deeper than this concealer. So just keep that in mind. If you were looking to get the old one, this would be DG3, whereas if you get the new one in DG3, it's going to be like a shade darker than this. The foundation stick is amazing. I honestly would recommend just about anything from LYS. Their lip liner is nice. Their lipsticks are nice. Their plumping gloss is nice. Their foundation and concealer is nice. Their under eye powder that we talked about yesterday is nice. Their cream highlighters and powder highlighters are nice. Their cream bronzers and highlighters are nice. I have not tried their blushes, and I don't think they have powder blush. I think they just have cream blush. And I don't remember what I thought about the cream blush, because I think I bought a set of them, but I don't even remember like where they are. But LYS, just about anything you buy from them, I feel like will be great. And the great thing is they're a more affordable brand at Sephora, so they're already pretty affordable, and then you get even better discount during the sale if you're like Rouge. And even if you're not Rouge, still getting like that 15% off of something that's already affordable always makes my day personally. Yeah, everybody really loves the bronzer. I like the foundation stick as well. But the bronzer, yeah, if you don't try anything else, Janet, try the bronzer. The bronzer is amazing. Now, I usually recommend the foundation stick from them, but I found a foundation stick that I felt like was just as affordable as theirs, so I just decided to talk about the concealer. This is Westman Atelier's Vital Skincare Concealer. I wear the shade T4. It's quite expensive though, so that's why I'm recommending it during the sale. Otherwise, I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it because Westman Atelier is just high in general. And I have found a dupe for the blush set that they have, the darker berry tone one for people my skin tone. I have it coming on the way from from Ulta. It's from the Bridgerton collection, so it's limited edition. So that's why I'm trying to get that video up as quick as possible before like they sell out of it and you can't find it anymore. But as you can see, it's quite small for the price they're charging. And I think I've used a good portion of mine. So everything I've tried from Westman Atelier I really like. It's just the price point that always throws me off. So that's why I try to only recommend it majority of the time during the sale, because like she's up there. She's expensive. She's pricey. I have a couple more concealers. Now, I love the Tower 28 concealer. I was not a huge fan of the skin tint. I'd like them to come out with an actual foundation like GLOSSGods did. If they come out with foundation, I'll be happy, but I know they do more like skin tint and like skincare-esque things, so I was just shocked to get this concealer out of them, which I absolutely love. It's in the shade, what shade is this? I think this says PV. It's in the shade PV, I believe, and that's the color. But this concealer is really nice underneath the eyes. It's one of those nice, like, kind of hydrating-esque concealers. It kind of reminds me of the GLOSSGods concealer as well. I feel like it's a little bit thicker than the GLOSSGods concealer, but not by a whole lot. I definitely recommend this concealer, though. And with their banana powder, it looks really nice. And if you like a Your Skin But Better vibe and like a light coverage foundation, then I feel like you would like the Tower 28 foundation. It's just I don't like those types of foundation. I think you'll like Tower 28. I like their under eye powder. I like their concealer. Their blushes are amazing, and their lip products are really nice. Like, I love the lip jellies, the lip balms, and the little squeezy tubes that they recently came out with are okay too, but I prefer the lip jellies and like the classic handle with the doe foot. So I recommend those. The rescue spray and the powder blushes along with that concealer I just showed. Those were the things I would probably recommend from Tower 28 the most. Next, I have this Guerlain Terracotta Concealer in the shade, what shade is this? 5N, I'm pretty sure that says. Now, this one is a little closer to my skin tone than I would personally prefer, but because I bought the foundation in my summer shade, it still works out nicely for me. It's a really nice concealer. It does a good job of, you know, concealing things and whatnot. It's a simple doe foot applicator. I just don't like to recommend a lot of high-end things throughout the year normally, just because like they're so expensive. This is the time of year that I'd recommend the high-end things that I reach for regularly in my collection, just opposed to like, you know, the more like high-end and like mid-tier, because to me this is more like luxury price point because it's Guerlain and they're quite expensive. So that's why you're seeing kind of some of the more bougier things in my collection now, because the sales are going on. Last concealer I have to talk about is the Haus Labs one. So I do thoroughly enjoy this. I don't like the foundation as much as I like the concealer. Just like with the Tower 28. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I feel like it's too heavy on the skin, or it's just the shade I don't like, but I'm not in love with it. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. It's a nice foundation, but it's not one that like wows me or blows me away to where I feel like I want to recommend it to you. I wear the shade number 40 medium deep golden in the concealer, and as you can see, I've been working on it quite nicely, because you can see that I've cleared some of it out. So I would recommend this concealer. I just don't love the foundation, but I heard when she reformulated the brand, when she took it off Amazon, that she wanted to pick a certain like lane that she wanted to pursue and do best, and they said the complexion was the lane she chose, and I can definitely see that when it comes to the concealer. Her setting powder is okay too. I don't love it, but I think it's good. I feel like her whole system works together nicely. So if you bought her foundation, concealer, and powder, I think you'd like it. It's just not like one of my personal loves, but again, it's one of those like to each his own type things, you know. Okay, y'all, so let's get into some of these blushes, bronzers, and highlighters, because honey, I have a lot of those to show. It doesn't look like I have as many as I thought, thank goodness, because I didn't want us to be sitting here forever. I do have to take my mom out tomorrow to go run some errands. So I guess I'll start off with blushes. I have on GLOSSGods right now. I don't have on this GLOSSGods color. I have on one called Adrenaline. It's more of a berry tone shade, but I absolutely love it. This is part of the holiday set that I bought last year in 2024. And I plan on buying the holiday set this year as well. It comes with 2 new shades and then some older shades I was interested in that I didn't buy in full size. Which, again, I'm kind of glad I didn't because the full size one I haven't really used that much. Oh, happy Halloween, object. So I'm like, I definitely like this. I like to pair this pink one with other things. And as you can see, I have been using it quite a bit because I don't know if you all can see, but the dome is kind of like, you know, narrowed down a bit because I have been thoroughly enjoying and loving it. Of course, you all know I have been loving the Tower 28 blushes I got sent over in the PR. The one I use the most is still in the bathroom. So this is Sunset Shirley. There's a more orangey tone one that I like to mix with the Rare Beauty blush that I've been using a ton. But I recommend this one as well. This is a gorgeous shade. They sent me a cream one that would match this one nicely in the shade Finest Hour. So I do combine those sometimes. I really try not to use cream blushes that often though. I think it's because I'm used to it being summertime and them not like lasting the best on me. But in the fall, I feel like in winter, I'll probably like use them a little bit more. But for right now, I'm just feeling this one. Yeah, I love an orange blush too, Janet. Like, that's why that's the one that's in the bathroom. I was going to use it today, but I was like, I feel like I've been using it too much. And since it's fall, I'm trying to like get into, you know, like using some of my other blushes, if you will. So I was like, I'll calm down and use some other stuff. I do have a couple of high-end blushes and then like a couple of cream blushes. So I guess I'll get to those eventually. The rest of the blushes, I'm not even gonna lie to you all, are like luxury blushes, except like one more. It's one that's like more mid-tier and then the rest are like high-end. I'm not even in front. So I love the Haus Labs blushes. I am disappointed though that they made them tiny. If you all remember, my bestie Dion loves makeup. She loves the like Haus Labs blushes as well. I think she has like just about every shade that they have. But yeah, so this shade is Fire Moon, and she told me she didn't think this might necessarily work for me. It ended up working out pretty well, though. I like to mix it with Rosewood from L'Oreal to kind of make sure it works better on my skin tone. I actually have Rosewood and Adrenaline on right now from Kosas, but I love this one. This is one of those, like, I don't know what blush to put on, and I have to rush out the door after I get my makeup done, so I just throw this on and go, and I know it'll look nice. It's gives like a Your Skin But Better vibe. So if you like Your Skin But Better blushes and you want a blush that you can pack on heavily and you know you're not gonna like look clownish or overdone, then I would definitely recommend Fire Moon. Absolutely stunning. Again, if you want to see on a lighter skin tone, my bestie Dion Loves Makeup, it's a regular staple in her collection, so you can check it out on her. She's more of a tan skin tone. As you can see, I have a little bit more melanin going on, so if you want to see on a lighter person, definitely go check out my bestie channel. She is much lighter than I am. Okay, now the rest of the blushes are expensive. I'm not even front, but I have a thing about like showing all the expensive stuff like I said earlier. So I blame Tina the Fancy Face for these though. The dual, what's it? The Eye to Cheek blushes from Valentino. I bought one of these based upon Tina the Fancy Face's recommendation. Then I ended up with like 3 of them. So this is like another Your Skin But Better blush for me. Like when I don't know what to put on and I want to use a bougie product, I definitely use these right here because I absolutely love them. Yeah, they do. That's why I'm like, I'm telling you, like, I wish they had more colors and I wish they had made them smaller, Janet. That's what pissed me off, like, because now I got this one big one from when I bought the original ones and then I got a small one. So I think I have like the purple one, I have the pink one, and then I have a red one and the one I just showed you all. But yeah, the formula on these are beautiful. Like the formula on these are absolutely stunning. I absolutely love the formula on it. Now keep in mind these do have a perfume smell. So the other ones I'm going to show you have like a perfumey smell. I don't feel like the Kosas one has one from what I remember, but this Valentino one definitely does. And these Valentino ones are quite pricey, but I don't know if it's because you can put them on your face and on your eye. Sorry, you can put them on your eyes and your face, and that's why they cost so much. But yeah, they're a good little grip in price. And I have like 3 of them, but every single time the sale comes, I try to pick up another color that I think I might like if I don't have a newer blush out that I enjoy. So, of course, I like the YSL blushes. Just keep in mind, though, when it comes to YSL blushes, like anything you find from YSL, you most likely find at the drugstore, and that's because L'Oreal owns YSL. So they have a lot of similar things. Like when these blushes came out, I compared these blushes to the L'Oreal Infallible blushes that are like $14.99. And I felt like they had similar colors and they even had that same similar perfume smell. Now these do blur a little bit more than those and they don't have the exact same color. So that's just what you need to keep in mind. If you want the exact colors that you see in YSL, then the colors that you get from L'Oreal are not going to be exact. However, the formulas are going to be very similar to the point where it's like you might as well just get the L'Oreal one. I just like some of the colors that the YSL has better than the L'Oreal ones. Like this one right here, they had a more corally-ish color, and I like more of a peachy nude, which is the shade of that I'm holding here is literally called peachy nude, so that's why I ended up getting this one. But I only got one because a lot of the other ones I had from L'Oreal were already very similar to it, and the formula is similar. So just something to keep in mind. This is a little bit more blurred, and I like the colors of some of these a little bit better. But since I have the L'Oreal ones, I think all three of like the 5 shades they have, I just don't really buy too many more of the YSL ones. I think it's like one more I wanted. It was a red one, but as you can see here, I have this Gucci one in red called Intense Ruby. If you don't like a lot of pigmentation, I feel like the higher end ones would be more ones that you like a lot more as well. So as you can see, this is nice. Now, the good thing is these pick up on a brush well, like with the Dior ones. Like, I feel like they hard pan very easily. So that's why I didn't want to include them in here, because these pick up well on a brush and they go on the face nicely. They don't hard pan and you don't have a lot of issues with it. Whereas with the Dior ones, I feel like they do. This is the holiday one from last year, Janet, so I don't know if they're going to still have it in stock anymore, but I do have another one, red one, that I'm going to show that you might like. I don't know. I hope you do. I, at first, wasn't necessarily in love with it, but when I got the cream blush to match with it, then I liked it a whole lot better. But, yeah, I really like this one. They have one called Warm Berry that I really like from Gucci as well. This is one I like to use in the fall a lot of times, because I feel like it's a nice soft red that I feel like is better for fall, whereas I feel like I like the bright reds in the summertime. So like the one I showed from Tower 28 that they did with Tony Bravo as a collab, I would like that one more in the summertime, and like the Valentino and the Gucci I would like more in the wintertime. This one I'm about to show now, I feel like I would like it better in the summertime as well. So I have this duo from Givenchy. Now, I mean, not Givenchy, Giorgio Armani, R.I.P. Giorgio Armani. So this is shade number 41 and shade 40. Both of them are the same color, just one is powder and one is liquid. So this is the combination I like to use with this, because on its own, I don't feel like this blush gives me enough pigmentation for what I like. But in all fairness, I have oily combination skin, so I have to worry about like colors breaking down on my face because of the oils coming through in my skin. So that's why I like to put the cream with it and then put the powder one on top, so I feel like it lasts longer. So both of these are the same colors, and I bought them, and I'm absolutely in love with this combination. So this is the other red I was talking about. Oh, okay. Well, I really enjoy these two right here. So I'm, this is a combo I definitely recommend. I wanted to get some more because they have like shimmery blushes now in the liquid that I haven't gotten yet. So I was thinking about trying some of those, but I don't use my liquid blushes that often. So I'm debating on if I'm doing it or not. I told you all in yesterday's episode that I was going to go through my wish list with you as well. So when I'm making these comments, it's for the people who I told I was doing the wish list for. So that's why I'm telling you. Otherwise, you know, like I would have made a separate wish list video, but since the sale literally started today, I didn't want to hold off and then have to do another day where I just talked about my wish list. So I'm just giving little nuggets here and there. Next, we have the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veils from Makeup by Mario, and this is Rose Crush. So this is one of those, like, again, Your Skin But Better blushes. I like mauve blushes, berry blushes, orange and peach, but when I usually reach for a blush when I don't know what to do, I usually do like a berry one, or like that Fire Moon one from, what's her name? I want to try those Huda blushes though, like the new ones that's in the palette. I definitely want to try those, but I like to put this with Rosewood from L'Oreal when it comes to adding a powder blush on top. It kind of deepens it up a little bit and gives it a nice fall effect. His cream blushes are really nice. I like so many things from Makeup by Mario. I think there's less things I don't like than things I do like. There are only 2 things I can think of immediately that I don't like, or his original foundation, not the natural finish one he came out with. I think it was the hydrating one he came out with when he first started out with complexion, and then the well, I wasn't crazy about the concealers, but I've learned to love them, and then his powder bronzer. It just doesn't do it for me, but just about everything else I've tried from him, I absolutely love. You'll see him again in here, and this is already like the 3rd time he's popped up in here, and I think he pops up like at least one more time when it comes to lip products. So you can stay tuned for that. But yeah, I enjoy his cream blushes. I feel like they're easy for you to work with if you're a beginner when it comes to makeup. His cream blushes work smoothly and easily, and it won't be very difficult for you to use them. And that's important if you're not really familiar with cream products. Yeah, that's my issue too. That's why I'm like, I like to do cream ones and then do a powder one underneath. I feel like in the wintertime that works better for me, but then in the summertime I feel like I just pile on a whole bunch of powder and blush. I want to find a way to make blush last longer for me as well, but I'm trying to figure out. I was thinking about maybe starting to underpaint with like the cream blushes I already have, and then powder it up, and then you layer on top after your foundation and stuff, and then powder it up again, and maybe that would help. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna try to find a way though. If you cannot tell, I love this Tower 28 cream bronzer in the shade Simon. As you can see, I've hit pan on it. I plan on trying to finish this up this year just because I absolutely love it. I finished out the bronze Zeno as well. So this is the Sculpt Zeno. So this is supposed to be like the contour cream that they have. And then they have a bronzer cream. So I have used up just about both of them. So I love their cream products. They do a really good job. I mean, y'all see, totally hit pan. If you like a cream product that isn't difficult to work with and gives a nice sculpted look, 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. Then I have this contour product from Dior. This is their Dior Forever Skin Contour in the shade 04 Deep. This is actually deeper than I expected it to be, but in a good way, because contour sticks usually don't go this deep, especially when it comes to luxury brands. So I was thoroughly impressed with this. I would use this more in the summertime though, not necessarily in the wintertime, because it's already a little bit deeper than my skin tone, even when I'm a bit tanner. So I definitely would have to wear this in the summertime, and that's the only time I can wear it. So it's a little disappointing for me in that sense. But I feel like if I underpaint with it, I might be able to pull it off in the wintertime and get my money's worth out of it. So I think I might try that out. But it's a really nice formula, and I mainly wanted to recommend it for anyone who's darker than I am, who has issues finding a cream contour. As you saw, that was pretty deep, and I feel like they usually stop when it comes to like bronzing products and cream products in general at like my skin tone. So the fact that I found one that was much deeper than my skin tone, I just had to share with you. Now it is a little bit on the pricier side, but again, since it's during the sale, that's why I'm recommending it for you to pick it up and try it out. Next, I have the Makeup by Mario stick. So I have a couple of Makeup by Mario cream products. I have this one. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Dark Deep, and then I have the Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Dark. So I wear the shades Dark or Dark Deep from him. Oh, thank you, Jamie. So I have two different shades. So this is the shade I would use in the summertime. Sorry, in the wintertime. This, oh, what else is difficult to get up the shade Dark. This is my fall and winter shade Dark. And then in the summertime, I use Dark Deep. And I've actually used the full one of this right here. So this is my second Dark Deep. That's how much I like it. If you like a liquid one, they even have like a liquid one of this. It has like a pump on it, so you can use it like it's the bronzing drops and press it. And then it has a doe foot on the bottom of it, so you want to draw it on the way I do, and then you can use it that way. So he has like an amazing set of cream bronzing products for anyone who's interested, and I feel like he has something for everyone. So I definitely give him his props on that. I absolutely love it. This is the one I personally use the most though, and then I use the doe foot with the pump on it second, and I actually use the stick the least just because I find it easier to use the other things that I just, you know, find from him. So that's what I personally do. Then we have Miss Charlotte Tilbury. I like her cream. So this is the Sunkissed Glow Bronze. It's really similar to the Makeup by Mario one I just showed you. It's just you get a whole lot more product, as you can see, for your money. So you might want to invest in Charlotte Tilbury's just because it's so much bigger. The only thing is, I feel like Mario has maybe like one more shade than she does. And I think if I remember correctly, she only has 3 shades. And this is, sorry, 4 shades. And this is the deepest one. So if you needed one deeper than this, you're not going to be able to find it. Yeah, I love his. Like, I love this one here, Janet, and then the one that has the pump on it, and the doe foot where you can use it as glow drops or you can use it as sculpting for your skin. I really like those. Those are the two I would recommend. Those are my favorites. But I really enjoyed this. I remember when this first came out, I used it quite a lot, and I used it with her powder one, because the thing about Charlotte Tilbury's bronzer, she gives you like a whole lot. And the thing that I really like about her powder one is you can pop it out. It's like a hole in the back, and you can pop it out, and then you can switch out and just buy refills of the product as opposed to having to buy a whole new compact again. So I'm liking the brands are starting to do that and think about the environment. And I do like her powder one. It's just I feel like I had recommended it for a while. And there's another powder one that I want to recommend. This Giorgio Armani one. So this is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder in the shade 120. Now 120 is the darkest shade. So that's just something you need to keep in mind. Oh, hey, Alex. If you like a glittery bronzer, think of Maui Nights from Becca. their glittery highlighter, or sorry, glittery bronzer, that's what this is. So if you like one of those glittery luminous bronzers, then I feel like you would thoroughly enjoy this. I personally love bronzers like that. So, oh, happy Halloween. Oh, hey, Lock. So I'm like, I personally love bronzers like this in the summertime. I don't necessarily love them this time of year, or should I say winter. In the fall, I would probably still use this, but in the wintertime, I don't see myself using it. But I absolutely love this. I was so glad when they came out with bronzer. I wish there was a better shade range though, because like this is the darkest shade, and I think there's only like 3 to 4 shades, so that's just something to keep in mind. That's why I showed you some of the other things I showed you, because I know everybody wasn't gonna have like the best or the deepest shade range. That's why I spoke about other brands that do have better shade ranges for you to keep in mind. I think the Dior powder bronzer has a pretty deep shade range as well last time I checked. Oh, hey, Alex. Then I have the YSL. Now, I know my girl Daph's makeup wasn't a huge fan of this. I personally liked it. This is an all hours hype bronzer. Love this. I think I have shade number 5. That's what it says on the back, so that's what I'm going with. The only thing is I feel like the shade range of this didn't go that deep either. That's my only issue with like when I buy luxury brands, certain things in their range, I don't feel like this goes deep enough for my personal liking. So that's why I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't feel like the range on this is as great as it could be. However, it's not horrible, but I just feel like it could be better. But this did blur on the skin very nicely when you blended it out. It just looked like a blurred bronze effect going on. And that's why I personally really liked it. So I definitely recommend it. The last one I have to talk about, absolutely love this product. I've almost hit pan on both the ones I own. The only thing, again, is the shade range. But I've noticed that when it comes to this brand, like the shade range is always lacking. So this is Westman Atelier. This is the Beauty Butter Powder Bronzer in the shade Soleil Rich. I think this might be the deepest one. I don't remember. I have 2 shades. I have the one she had that was the deepest at the time, and then she has since added a deeper one, and now she has like the blush and contour set where the contour has a deeper one, but I still feel like it could be a little bit deeper. I have it in my cart. I'm trying to debate if I want to get it or not. We'll have to see, because I already have 2 of these. But as you can see, I have made quite the dent in it. There's quite a like dent in there. I don't know if you all can tell. There's a nice little dent in here, because the product looks beautiful on the skin and it wears very nicely. It's just a question of shade range and it lacking. That's always my issue with Westman Atelier. I always feel like there could be like 1 or 2 more shades on the deeper end that are just like lacking for me. So that's why I'm always kind of like iffy about talking about the brand. But they do have beautiful products, and I know, you know, like that everybody that watches me doesn't look like me, so that's why I try to keep that in mind when I do mention certain brands, even if they don't always have every single thing that I feel like would work for every single person. I try to give like variety and keep that in mind when I'm talking about stuff. So that's why I still mention Westman Atelier and a couple of other brands I did, like Patrick Ta a little bit earlier. Although his thing wasn't a shade range issue, it was like, you know, a content creator issue. But I'm sure you've heard about it, so we don't need to get into that. Let's get into these highlighters, and then we should be with the lip products, and we should be done. So I'm hoping to be done like in the next like 15-20 minutes, hopefully, because I went through the foundations and concealers a whole lot quicker than I thought I was going to. Did you all have any trick-or-treaters? I think I had like, my mom had like 2 trick-or-treaters. Like the whole time she sat there and waited on the kids or whatever, she had 2 trick-or-treaters. I was like, whoa. Because I remember when she first moved over there, she had like so many trick-or-treaters to like she would run out of candy. And now like I think like the last 2 years she's only had like 2. So I'm just like, Anyway, so I have this LYS combo. So I talked about this earlier, Janet, when I said the cream highlighter and the powder highlighter. Both of mine are in the shade Genuine, which is rose gold. I told you all before, I love a good rose gold highlighter, and like these just look exceptional on the skin. And since LYS is already so affordable, and then you can get like an extra 10 or 20% off, like look at that rose gold highlight, just absolutely stunning. I always feel like rose gold looks so nice on my skin tone, so that's why I love having it. Plus I feel like it's like a brown girl's version of like pink highlighters, since everybody likes to do like the pink highlighter trend. I feel like that's the brown girl's version of the pink highlighter trend, so I think that's another reason I like to do it, so that way when people are wearing like the, you know, like the white toned pink or whatever, like this is our version of that if you're of my skin tone. So this is what they look like separate. Absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning. Yes, I love some LYS. I plan on getting my hands on that concealer during the sale, so I'm just like, yes. So then I put the powder on top of the highlighter just so you can see how it goes. As you can see, like it has a lot more glow and a little bit more reflectiveness now that I added like the powder to it. Then I have the Natasha Denona highlighters. I feel like any Natasha Denona highlighter you get though. Oh, you live in the gated community. Oh, okay. So there's like no kids that live in your community, Janet? Because I know I was talking to Nina and she said there's no kids like that live in her community or whatever. So that's why they don't have to worry about trick-or-treaters. I'm like, must be nice. I wasn't at home, so I don't know if any kids came by my house or not. I literally got back to my house at like 9 o'clock, and like since it starts getting dark at 6, I didn't have to worry about oh, it's not by choice? Okay. So any highlighter you get from Natasha Denona in this type of packaging, though, to me personally, is just a great highlighter. I feel like her highlighters look so nice and buttery on the skin. They give like that Your Skin But Better vibe, like literally like the glow from within vibe. It definitely gives that. She might have a couple that are glittery. I don't know, but all the ones I've had have a nice smooth texture on them that give Your Skin But Better, and they have, she usually has a pretty great shade range. I know when she first started out, the shade medium was like this nice deep chocolate brown. I don't know if it's because like other people are helping with her brand now, which I think they are. Don't quote me. I don't know if she's one of those brands that's like Natasha. I mean, that's like Shoutout, Tilbury, or Pat McGrath, to where like other people invested in it. Oh, have y'all heard about Fenty and how they're trying to sell off half of her brand or whatever? And she only owns 49% and they own 50, I think it's 51 or whatever. So I'm hoping she buys it back, or else we don't know what the future of Fenty Beauty is going to be. I think Deanna Loves Makeup had told me about it, and I read it on Facebook. Have you all heard about that though? Yeah, I heard about it, Jen, and I was like, oh Lord, like no, we can't be losing Fenty. Next, we have the Charlotte Tilbury highlighters. I really like her highlighters. Like every highlighter I have tried from Charlotte Tilbury, I have really liked. Are y'all concerned? Because I was kind of concerned. I was like, wait. We can't be using Fenty Beauty now. And this is a rose gold highlighter as well. But this one, I feel like it's more like a Your Skin But Better satiny-esque type highlight that just kind of melts into the skin, whereas I feel like the one from LYS is giving more of a glow. But all of them are supposed to be like rose gold highlights. But see the difference between this rose gold versus that one? Like I feel like this one is more like of a coppery rose gold with like a little bit of orange to it, whereas I feel like this is more just like a traditional, like more pinkish rose gold, if that makes sense. I don't know about an album. Like I thought she was trying to be like a mom of 3. She just had a kid, so I'm like, maybe she shouldn't try to like worry about making an album. I don't know though. I'm just wondering if she gonna have the money to buy back like for her to have the 50% or 51%, so then that way they can't do what they're doing. That's what I'm interested in finding out. Then of course you all know I just tried out the 2 Dior backstage highlighter palettes, so you knew I was gonna have to include those in here, because what do I love? A good Dior highlighter palette. Love me a good Dior highlighter palette. So I got the 2 newest ones they came out with. I'm pretty sure this is the peachy one. Yeah, so this is Pearly Peach Glow, and then there is the Sunlit Amber Glow. So Sunlit Amber Glow is the one I have used the most, because I recently did another video where I tried some makeup on and I used this highlighter palette as well. I don't remember if you all have seen that one yet or not, but to me it kind of looks like they repurposed some of the colors in certain palettes. I talked about that in another video though that you all have seen, and if you haven't, you can go check that video out. I don't want to leave you all here too long because it's kind of late, and you know, I figure people want to go to bed and enjoy their start of their weekend. Yeah, thanks Jenny. Yeah, I love the face palettes from them. This is the Pearly Peach one. I feel like this would go good with some of the rose gold that I just swatched on my hand. Like I feel like this peachy one would go really nicely with that Charlotte Tilbury rose gold, so that way I could wear it in the summertime, because since I'll be deeper in the summertime, I feel like this one would be a little too light. This is the one I can wear now, and then the Sunlit Amber one is the one I can wear. Sorry, this is the one I can wear in the summer, and then the Sunlit Amber is the one I can wear now. But yeah, I love their highlighter palettes. The only thing is I don't like the super glittery highlighters in here. And I don't like the fact now that they don't tell you which one is supposed to be what thing now. They used to tell you like on the back, they'd be like, this is supposed to be a blush topper, and this is supposed to be like the glittery highlighter, and this is supposed to be whatever. It's like they don't do that anymore. So I'm kind of irritated by that. But otherwise, I'm not tripping off it too much. Okay, you all, so we're pretty much at the end. We are at the lip products. And y'all know I don't really do too much when it comes to lip products, so it shouldn't take me that long to go through these lip products. I got a couple of lip balms. I got some lip liners, and I got a mascara. So I didn't have a whole lot of eye products, because like I told you, I don't have any eyeshadow palettes. But I do really like the Tower 28 mascara. This is Tower 28 Make Waves. I have the shade Jet. They have a brown shade as well, but I really like this mascara. I really like the wand on it in particular. I have used it before, so I can take it off and show it to you all. But the formula of this is really nice, because I hear like if you have a good wand and a formula, like it doesn't matter. But as you can see, it's just kind of like the curled wand. But I feel like the formula on this mascara is really nice, and I don't really get the clumps or any issues like that. And it does lengthen my lashes pretty long. And I feel like my lashes aren't that long, and like I put a lot of mascaras on, and I don't feel like they add a lot of length. It's very few that I feel like I found that add length, and I definitely feel like the Tower 28 one does that. So if you do wear mascara, I would recommend trying that one out. Why am I trying to put that back? Okay, so let's see. Do we want to do lip glosses? I guess I'll start off with some lip glosses. So this is the lip glosses I was talking about when I said I like Tower 28 lip glosses. These are a lot of lip glosses I was talking about, Janet. So these are the lip jellies that come in these little containers. They have a set from Poppy right now that has like, I think, a sparkling one of this. And then there's a powder blush that goes in there with it that I think you might like. I put it in a, I think I got it in one of the weekly members vlogs where I show you all me going in stores and looking at the stuff in addition to the stuff that happens in my everyday life. I'm pretty sure I put it in there. It has this nice red tone blush, and then you get like a gloss to go with it. So I think it's only like 20 something bucks too. So you might want to pick it up during the sale. I don't know. Yeah, the formula on these is so nice. Like, it doesn't feel like anything is on your lips. They feel so moisturizing and nice, Janet. I feel like you will really like it. I think I got that from home. Then I got the plumping lip gloss from Charlotte Tilbury. Now this isn't like one of those really plumping ones like the what is it, the Too Faced ones. It doesn't feel like that at all. And I got the color Pillow Talk, of course. That was the only color they had at the time when these came out though. Now I think she has like a nude one with like gold glitters in it, if you will. I want to get my hands on that one too. I think I saw a set that had that one in it and like a lip liner and something else that I found. So I'm planning on picking up a lot of sets during the sale, but I have to wait till the new Fleur Cashmere Skin comes out, the body mist, and it doesn't come out to the 4th, so I'm not even making my order to the 4th. But that's going to help me with like compulse buying a whole bunch of stuff too, because like, you know, I'm going to be mainly focused on that, and then I have some things in my cart, and if they sell out, then I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to move on. But yeah, so it has this nice, gorgeous mauve tone color. I mean, I feel like we all know what Pillow Talk looks like at this point, because they have Pillow Talked us to death. Like, Pillow Talk, Pillow Talk, Pillow Talk. I feel like everything you hear about from Charlotte Tilbury is Pillow Talk, and I just be like, girl. Oh, I should have showed this other Tower 28 thing while I was talking about them. But these are the tinted lip treatments from them. This is the shade Sugar Plum. It kind of gives similar color vibes of Pillow Talk, but I feel like it gives a little bit more like mauve-y, purple-ish to it. And the Pillow Talk one gets more pigmentation than this does. This is a very light pigmentation. I'm going to rub it on my hand so you all can get an idea of what it looks like. They have miniature sets of this one, though, so you don't have to get this one. And I think this color that I'm showing you all now, Sugar Plum, is part of the mini set. So if you can see there, it's just a very nice, soft Your Lips, but better vibe. So I feel like this would be one of those quick, like, I'm on the go, I need to do a Your Look but better vibes. You could put on that Fire Moon blush from House Labs that I showed. You could put on this lip gloss. You could put on a simple skin tint and go out the door. The formula on these is really nice. I still like the formula on the lip jellies a little bit better. So I still like the formula of that better. But I do really like these. Then I have the Ulta Beauty Faux Filler Lip Gloss. These do plump your lips and make them look nice, and she has a lot of nice colors. There are two main colors I like to use. It's not this one. This was just the one I found in my drawer. I don't know where the one I actually really love went, which is a little concerning. I'm hoping it's just in a purse somewhere. This is the shade Bombshell, though. Again, if you all can't tell, I have like a type of lip gloss I like to use. Believe it or not, I usually use like peachy nudish type things, but I'll swatch this one so you can see what it looks like. And y'all know I don't normally swatch, but I was like, you know, I'm here, you're here, everyone's here. So again, to me, this gives like a Your Lips but better type vibe. If you're in a rush, you need to put something on, this is one you can put on for fall and go. I do have a couple of expensive lip things too. Matter of fact, let me get the more affordable ones out the way, and then we'll end with the expensive ones. So I got two different types of lip products from Makeup by Mario. This is the Moisture Glow plumping lip serum in the shade Bare Glow. So these are like the clicky pens, and the thing with his is when you click it up, you can't click it back down. So I'm not even gonna click it up. I have the shade Bare Glow because he had some lip products I ended up liking a little bit better than these. So I don't really reach for this one that often. Plus, I found some dupes for these from Juvia's place that they came out with in similar packaging. So I just bought those instead. But this is the shade right here. Again, it's like one of those Your Skin But Better lip products. I feel like it's a lighter pink version of the Sugar Plum that you get from Tower 28, but it has like glitter in it, and the Tower 28 ones don't have glitter in it. It's just kind of be pigmented, if you will. These are my favorite lip products from him, though, and a lot of people didn't like these. They said they like moved around on the they like messed up your lip line or something like that. These are the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Colors. I love these. This is the shade Barely Pink. This is the one I had on yesterday in the live that I just didn't get around to talking to you all about. But, honey, like, these, all summer long were one of the things I was reaching for. That's the shade right here. Again, it's just like a nice, barely your lips but better lip. But I have like 5 or 6 of these easily. And I use them quite frequently. Like if I don't know what I want to put on my lips for a video, that's one of the things I automatically grab for and put on. Because I know it's going to look good no matter what. Then I have Rare Beauty lipsticks. I did like her lipsticks. She has the lip liner that's really nice as well. So does LYS. I forgot to talk about theirs. But their lipsticks and their lip liners are really nice. The lipstick I love to use from LYS is called Dreamcatcher. It's just a simple, nice nude shade. And then, of course, I just buy the chocolate brown lip liner that they have. But this shade is called Creative. It's just like I think this is the peachy nude shade. I usually buy peachy nudes and pinks when it comes to lipsticks. That's the one time I'm boring when it comes to my makeup because I like to use a lot of eyeshadows. Really? See, you know me, Janet. I don't really like lip products, but I have the same few like nude colors when I do try the lip product, just because it's like I know it's at least a color I'll use even if I'm not crazy about the formula. But the formula on these is pretty nice. The only thing is I think Sephora collection duped out these along with some of her other lip products. So you might want to look at their collection as opposed to like hers if you're trying to save a little bit more coin. Because remember, Sephora collection is going to be 30% off, whereas hers will only be 20% off. And since it's a Sephora collection, it's already a little bit more affordable. And then you get the extra 30% off. So just something to think about. Then I have, it's not called Hepburn Honey anymore from Charlotte Tilbury, but this is my favorite shade. It's just like a peachy nudish type shade. This is just my type of go-to lipstick shade, as you saw from the one I just showed you from Rare Beauty. It looks really similar because those are just like the lipstick shades I go for. I don't know, y'all. I don't know why I do that, but I do. Lastly, I have these YSL lipsticks. Now, these are kind of expensive, which is why I'm showing them to you now. I have shade 14 and 15. I forgot the names of the colors because they'll put numbers on the bottom of theirs, but like on the website it'll have a color. So I forgot the name of this one. This is like the chocolate brown one. I saw cocoa swatches with this on, and that's when I was like, I knew I needed to have it. It looked absolutely stunning on the lips. It definitely gives like a nice like milk chocolate lip, as you can see here. Like that's just a gorgeous shade. I had to have it as soon as I saw it. It is definitely one of my go-to chocolate brown lipsticks. When I need one, I immediately reach for that. That's like the first one I think of. Then I have this nice kind of pinky one, if you will. It's kind of going to be similar to some of the other pinky ones we had then. But I don't know. It's just the glossiness of these in particular when it comes to their sticks that I really enjoy. So when it comes to stick stuff like this, that's another reason I don't reach for that Makeup by Mario one I showed you. Because I just love these type of sticks. Yeah, see, I liked liquid lipsticks back in the day when I first started, but now I'm kind of just into more like the bullets, if you will. I know Janessa loves a good liquid lipstick. Oh, that's why you don't like, see, I don't like my hair sticking on my lips either, but I love a lip gloss. Like, I'll do a lip gloss before I do a lipstick. Like, I have to put a lip gloss on top of my lipstick a majority of the time. It's rare that I don't. But this is the pink shade that I just showed you off on YSL. And like I said, it's just really similar to a lot of the other pink shades that I have. But it's something about like the color on the lips when I see it where I'm just like, yes, I have to have it. So those are all the things I had to show you all. Okay, I got done right at 11 like I was hoping for. I'm interested to know what you all are going to pick. You all can tell me down below in the comments if you're going to pick up anything. I told you along the way in the last 2 videos what I plan on picking up for the most part. I'm mainly trying to pick up fragrances and stuff. But yeah, in the summertime it's a balance to act for me because I'm not the person who turns on the air conditioning in their car. Like I like to have my windows down, so my hair is like blowing in the wind and it's like sticking to my lips. So that's when I get irritated by it. But otherwise, I don't really have an issue with it. It's fine. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go wipe off my hand, go wipe off my face, and go to bed. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Like I said, I tried to link everything down below, and there is a part 1 if you wanted to hear about fragrance, skincare, and starting off with all the powders, because that's why I did all the under eye powders, the face powders, and started off the foundation powders. Part 2 here is where I finished off the foundation powders and did the rest of complexion. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Sunday at 3:30 I have a fashion declutter, so my fashion channel, I'll be decluttering stuff out of my closet. I did a part 1 to that. If you're interested in part 2, you can meet me over there at 3:30 on Sunday. I'll see you guys later.